ich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe, dass ich anständig...
In the shadows of World War I's defeat, a bitter soldier emerged, angry, unemployed, and convinced that one group was to blame. Not the generals, not the politicians, but the Jews. What followed wasn't just hatred, it was one of the most horrifying genocides in human history. Over 6 million Jews, men, women, and children, systemically hunted down and murdered. But why? Why did Adolf Hitler orchestrate such unimaginable horror? To understand that, we must go back to where the hatred began. Adolf Hitler was born in 1889 in Braunau am Inn, Austria. A failed artist in Vienna, he spent his early years poor and bitter, and it was here, in the Austro-Hungarian capital, that he first encountered virulent antisemitism. Right-wing newspapers, nationalist movements, and street-level propaganda blamed Jews for everything: corruption, capitalism, socialism, even disease. Hitler absorbed it all. And when Germany lost World War I in 1918, his hatred found a new fuel. To him, Germany didn't lose the war on the battlefield. It was betrayed. He embraced the stab-in-the-back myth, a lie that Jews and communists had secretly sabotaged the German army. This lie became the seed of genocide. In 1920, Hitler joined the National Socialist German Workers' Party, the Nazi Party. He wasn't just a speaker, he was a storyteller. He offered Germany a villain to hate and a hero to believe in. In his book, Mein Kampf, written during his time in prison in 1924, Hitler outlined a dark vision. Jews, he claimed, were not just a threat to Germany. They were parasites, plotting to control the world. He didn't just hate them for religion, he hated them as a race, something he described as poison in the German bloodstream. This was racial antisemitism, not about belief, but blood. It meant that even Jewish children, the elderly, and the poor were considered enemies of the state. By 1933, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany, and the Nazi machine roared to life. Jews were stripped of citizenship by the Nuremberg Laws, 1935. Businesses were boycotted, books were burned. Propaganda films like The Eternal Jew portrayed them as rats and conspirators. Schools taught children to see Jews as dangerous outsiders. The Nazis created an alternate reality, one where violence against Jews was not just legal, but patriotic. Hitler told his people, "By defending myself against the Jew, I am fighting for the work of the Lord." And many believed him. When World War II began in 1939, anti-Semitic policies turned into annihilation. With the invasion of Poland, Jews were forced into ghettos, starved, humiliated, trapped. But Hitler wanted more. In 1942, at the Wannsee Conference, top Nazi officials formalized what they called the final solution to the Jewish question, a plan for total extermination. What followed were trains, camps, and gas chambers. Auschwitz, Treblinka, Sobibor. Over 6 million Jews murdered in silence while the world looked away. Not because of what they did, but because of what they were. Hitler didn't start with mass murder. He started with blame, lies, and fear. And from those seeds grew one of history's darkest chapters. A reminder of how dangerous hatred becomes when given power.